So I'm still sick. It's now been a week. I mean, obviously the videos aren't going to come out in the correct amount of time. But someone wanted me to replay Inscryption, because I didn't play it on my channel. It was just a for me game, so figured why not? Because then I don't have to think that much. Because I play a lot of story-driven games, which this is kind of a story-driven game, but also not heavily. One of the annoying things, though, at least on console, is you can't just... Oh my god, the controller just keeps disconnecting but not disconnecting. Look at that Easter egg right there. What does that say? It probably just says plug-in control. You can't just start a new game. But you can always just come up here to your memory and start from the beginning there, so... I might just miss out on dialogue because that's just kind of how it works. I don't know if I'm going to give him a voice. Should I bother? I don't know what his default voice would sound like. Something creepy? I would forget it. This is why I don't do voices. Because I always forget the voice that I give them initially. How would he sound? Because I want to give him the prospector voice, but he's not going to be the prospector. Something old and kind of wise? Another challenger. It has been ages. Perhaps you have forgotten how this game is played. No, that's terrible to do when I'm sick. Allow me to remind you. Play the squirrel god. You are lacking sacrifices for that creature. Alright, so it's a card game, basically. This came out in 2021, so it's perfect to get during the pandemic. But you have cards, because it's a card game. And certain cards, as you look at the wolf, have a tribe. I believe that's what it's called for the achievement. They're called tribes. So this wolf is part of the wolf tribe. Then you have other cards, like the stoat here, that don't have any tribe. They're just freelancers, I guess. It doesn't really matter. The tribe thing kind of matters, but we'll get into that. And then you have a squirrel. So we're going to play our squirrel. How? Now, play your stoat. Go ahead and play our stoat. An honorable death. Play the stoat. Wolves require 2 sacrifices. Oh, he talks so fast, so I shouldn't bother giving him a voice, huh? Require 2 sacrifices. You'll have to wait a turn. Ring the bell to end your turn and commence combat. Your stoat stands unopposed. The number on the bottom left is its attack power. 1. So the claw. And obviously the heart is its health. Your stoat dealt me 1 damage. I added it to the scale. You win if you tip my side all the way down. Like this. My turn. Your stoat stands in the way of my coyote. My coyote dealt 2 damage to your stoat. That means your stoat's health is 2 less. If a creature's health reaches 0, it dies. It's your turn again. You may draw from your deck, or you may draw a squirrel. We're gonna grab a squirrel. How dull. Get rid of our stoat. Wolf demands 2 sacrifices. I guess I don't need to get rid of my stoat. My stoat will kill the coyote. You know, you can play more than one card per turn. Because you are learning. I will pass. Four damage dealt, 4 weights on the scale. You've won this match. They won't all be so easy. Let me recall your story. Oh, yes. And this is where the real story begins, right? No, I don't think. Not yet. So we'll push forward. You were lost deep in the forest. A single path revealed itself. So if you move forward, there's the cards on the board. I'll show you after I get out of this. 2 denizens of the forest approached you tentatively. The caustic adder, damage from its poison bite, is always lethal. The undying cat, sacrificing the poor beast does not kill it. Which is kind of true. The cat can be sacrificed 9 times. On the 10th sacrifice, the card dies. It's a little hidden Easter egg there. Only one may grace your paltry deck. Take the cat. Another creature joins your caravan. Yeah. So the cards, you can also see it up there with a question mark. Anytime you see cards, you get to add something to your deck. This one is typically a 3. You get 3 choices, but because he's still teaching me, I only got the 2 choices. But it's typically 3 choices. Question mark means it's all random. You can get anything that's. Can you get rares? You might be able to get rares, but you can get any card that exists. Can be pulled from the question mark only. There's also other types of the card that can be level dependent, or I guess sacrifice dependent. So either 1 blood, 2 blood, 3 blood, or bones. We'll get into bones later. Or it could be tribe dependent. So you can get wolves, you can get birds, you can get I want to say reptiles, but there's also frogs, and frogs aren't reptiles. Insects, and then the deer. Those are the 5 tribes, but then there's also other cards that exist that are tribeless, as I've stated before. Some of the creatures of the forest seemed willing to follow you. We're going on to a backpack. You came across an abandoned sack. You found a squirrel in a bottle. Break it in case of emergency. An emergency squirrel. Have a second. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to tip the scales with it. 3 is as much as you can carry. So if you land on a backpack, you can get up to, unless you're playing with in Casey's mod where there's challenges, you can carry up to, in the main game, 3 items. The pliers allow you to pull your tooth out because the currency is teeth. 1 pulled tooth counts as 2. So just, you'll be aware of that as you're playing through this. And the skull means we're gonna do a fight, or a duel, however you want to call it. You were ambushed while crossing some rough terrain. And sometimes the fields, as you've just said. They all talk too quickly for me to be able to read any of their dialogue. So there's an underlying story. The stoat wants me to take down Leshy. Leshy is the person, the crazy person in front of me who's making me play the game. So the stoat wants us to win the fight so that we can free them. There's the story of Act 1. You may now see my moves ahead of time. So now, when we look at the board, oh, that's one of my favorite things, the Wolf Cub. We get to see the back row is not in play. The back row is what's going to be in play. If we look at the board, this is active board. They have 2 stumps that are blocking our path. You have to break them or fly over them to deal damage. And I have 1 boulder that is blocking the wolf's path. But a wolf cub has the... I can't check the sigil from here for some reason. There we go. Wolf cub has... Oh, I can't check ones that I don't own. Behold the rulebook! Need I remind you? See, like... I can't read all of that. But he's just saying you can open the rulebook at any time that you see the book icon on the screen if you want to check things. So my cat has many lives, not infinite lives. That is, so just be aware of that. So if I want to use the cat, that's the whole deal there. None of these other things have any abilities. So I'll read what I can for story's sake, but they talk way too quickly for me to speak while they're saying it. If I don't speak it, I can read it in my head, but then I'll instantly forget it because, of course I will. So we're gonna play our squirrel. And then we're gonna get rid of our squirrel for the cat. We're gonna use the cat for a 1 sacrifice to play our stoat. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And we're going to swing. Mind the ambitious wolf cub. It ages swiftly. So that hourglass looking thing, it's a sundial actually. I don't know why I said hourglass. That means that at the end of the next turn of whoever's next turn it is, it's going to become stronger. We're going to grab cod. Yeah, so that wolf cub is going to turn into a wolf, which as you can see is a 3 attack, 2 health. So instead of sacrificing my stoat and the cat now, we're gonna hold off. The airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. Ha! My bat flew right over your stoat! It's already not the same voice he had before. So we're gonna use that to break this tree instantly. Because we're still protected for 1 turn. Ones that are flying only fly over you. You can still attack flyers. So. Okay. Now, squirrel, cat to place my turtle, my river snapper. Swing. Another wolf. And we'll swing. So you need to deal 5 damage to progress. Unless you've dealt damage. You need to have a total of 5 more damage dealt to them than you have to progress. I guess if that makes more sense. Difference between your life points needs to be 5. You prevailed and trekked onwards past the now bloody terrain. Now we can get some new cards. Oh, it's still only 2? The young wolf cub. It grows into a wolf after a single turn. The meek sparrow. An inexpensive, if feeble, flying creature. Well, I like the wolf cub. Having flight is nice, but we don't really need it. Of this sigil, which he's about to explain. You've stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. So he chose for me. He chose the cat. I didn't get a say in the matter. You looked upon your menagerie and selected a healthy host. Pick me. So the stoat wants me to pick the stoat. I'm fine with picking the stoat. Otherwise, it would just be the wolf cub, because there's no point in picking anything higher than a 1 to be immortal. Oh, you want it to be you? What an honor. A ghastly spectacle, but the soul of the cat now lives in the stoat. And then we're moving on to this one. So this weird looking tree monster thing is another fight, but it's a special fight. It's a totem fight. Behold my totem. It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. So all of his canines now, as you can see, can fly, meaning they will fly over my creatures. Which is fine, because that means... So I'm going to get rid of that squirrel to place my wolf cub here. I'm going to eat 4 damage, but I should live through it. And then I will just kill the coyote next turn. See, the thing is, I know... Have you forgotten the items I gave you? Tisk, tisk. Because I know this is a scripted loss. Spoilers. I'm not too worried. I don't know if necessarily right now is scripted, but there is a scripted loss built in. So I'm just gonna swing first. My totem has granted my coyote the power of flight. 4 damage, but I should live. Meaning I can then press this. The issue being, though, if I don't kill the bat, I lose, right? So I can pop a squirrel now and then survive, because I'll just use both my wolves to kill his 2 creatures. Or I could pop my my pliers to reduce it by 2 damage, meaning the scales won't turn because the tooth will cost 2. Or I could just eat the damage and fail and get him to trigger the next thing, which I think I'm just gonna do that. So that should be a failure. You've lost. Using this as a learning opportunity may be the only way to mitigate my disappointment. He probably has different dialogue if I didn't lose, but I didn't care about losing. Get up. Get up from the table. Fetch me the candlestick from atop the barrel, beside the door. So now that we can move around, you can actually look at certain stuff, which I won't get into yet. Bring it here! He wants me to set it down. Now, sit back down. Let me explain something to you. That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now, where were we? Okay, so we're gonna move forward onto a card icon. And hopefully he gives me 3 now. There we are, it's back to normal. The proud wolf, a vicious contender. The adder, which we've already read about, and the cat. So the mushroom means we already have that card in our deck. And it'll play an important role later on. I won't get into it now. We're gonna grab a new cat. It's having too many high-level cards in your deck kind of just screws you over. So we're not gonna worry about that. We are going to go over here to the fire. Because it's something new. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation. They huddled around a campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire. Oh, this is a different voice. Nope, they all sound the same. Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. So, as you can see on the fire, there's a +1 and the damage symbol. Whatever I put in here will gain +1 attack damage. We're gonna throw down our wolf cub. The fire warmed the poor wolf cub, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the wolf cub away from the fire and left. Okay. So we'll get into the fire in a bit as well, because there's another fire up ahead that I'm gonna go to, because I don't need any more items. So we're gonna do another fight. He's completely insane. You see that, right? No one cares. Pathetic, really. Enough! Only keeps me around to watch me suffer. Oh, he's throwing down a grizzly. Of course he's throwing down a grizzly. Of course it's meant to be, or of course it was red. Well, you're gonna try to force the loss now, buddy. Have you know. I'll have you know. I have a stoat that apparently was immortal and I forgot entirely about. Dang it, I didn't have to waste that. But I'll have you know, I've played this game before. A well-earned point of damage. Is it not 2 points in this game? I believe it's supposed to be worth 2. Is it only worth 1 in the main story? It looks like it's only worth 1. I didn't think you would really do it. It's fine, I have the 5 damage. So he wanted me to lose there, because he threw out a bear that's gonna smack me for 4 damage. Man, if I would have remembered that my stoat was immortal, I wouldn't have to have wasted the squirrel. It's fine. Now I have 2 items less. But, we'll be fine. We're gonna go to the fire. The stalwart snapper, a near impenetrable defense. We already have one, another wolf, and another cat. We'll grab a 3rd wolf. Technically a 4th wolf. We're gonna go to the fire. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There is room for a creature around this fire. I don't know why I'm giving him that voice when literally I'm about to fight someone with that voice, one said. The warmth will enhance its health, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. No way. So the way the fire works is you get 1 for free. You get to place it down once for free. The second time you roll, they will either eat your creature or you will get another upgrade. There is also a way of getting around it. It needs a specific card that I don't have. When I do get it during my main playthrough, I'll tell you. But for now, we're going to do our wolf cub. The health of the wolf cub was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from the pocket, you withdrew. Oh, I guess I still can't do it. But yeah, you get two rolls of the dice, basically. But apparently not during this. And now we move forward to our first boss fight. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. In the distance, you could hear the clinking of metal on stone. A hobbled figure stood in your path.
Yeah! 'Twas the prospector!
That's not what a prospector sounds like, but I'm sick. That's as good as you're probably gonna get. I think I have another video I haven't made public where I actually do the prospector voice. Okay, so we're kind of at an issue here. Also, wow, way to give me a garbage hand, huh? So we got a coyote on the way. Because I know how this plays out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and so I'll eat the 2 damage for now. And I'm not gonna set my wolf cub for a very specific reason that you will see soon. I will throw a squirrel down, and I should have did it earlier to block the coyote's attack. Because now we're gonna kill the mule, which, as you can see, the mule has items, and it's called a pack mule. Card-shaped items. So let's swing into that mule, kill it. We're gonna get the rewards from the mule.
Dagnabbit! My mule!
Man, I wish I was not sick, man. Come on. Straw. He's doing the prospector again. Easy win. The mule's the key. I've kind of already did that. So throughout the fight, the boss fights, if you draw one of the special cards, like the stoat, they'll tell you how to win the fight, basically. So he's telling me the mule was the key. I've already gotten the mule. Now all I need to do... Oh, I thought that was enough to swing for a win, but it wasn't. My bad. So now all I need to do is not lose. Trying not to put too many cards on the board for a very specific reason. Crap. But I think I'm gonna have to, because I gotta take out the coyote. So now it's just trickling him down until I get him to where I need him. Should be now. There we go. So each boss has 2 lives.
I hope you didn't think I'd be that...
Not I.
It'd be that easy. Easy.
Well, I can't. You're gonna get the bad voices until I'm better. But then when I'm better, I'll be back to playing a different game.
There's gold in them there cards.
So, when you enter phase 2, he kills all your stuff. That's why I didn't throw certain cards down.
Gold! I've struck gold!
And then he summons a dog, but the dog isn't summoned yet. So, now we can throw down our squirrel, throw down our stoat, and our stoat throw down our beef boy, and then we just swing. Oh wait, I'm probably gonna beat him.
Get him!
And I wasn't really supposed to beat him because... Oh no, we'll put down the wall. Because you're supposed to lose here. That's the whole point. But, oh well. It's fine. Allow me to light your candles once more. I won't be killing you quite yet. You're the first in a while to overcome a boss. As a reward, you are granted an opportunity to select a rare card. Choose carefully. A largely unimpressive specimen. It's a strange larva. It has one turn till upgrade. It actually upgrades twice. That's why it's a rare card. And it's an insect. Poor abandoned child. It does not die when sacrificed. Do you have the heart to try? The child 13, when you sacrifice, I didn't realize it counted as a deer. If anything, it should count as a reptile. But when you sacrifice it, it wakes up, and then it can do 2 damage with 1 health. If you sacrifice it again, it goes back to sleep, and it kind of just swaps in and off of waking up and not waking up. The uninspiring gecko. Perhaps you could find a use for it. The only thing I know about this is that it's free. I don't know what the uninspiring gecko does, other than cost 0 cost for a 1 hit. So, do we get a 0 cost card, or do we get the larva? Let me get the larva. With the sound of the prospector's pickaxe still ringing in your ears, you carry onward. And I guess I'll cut it here, because we're going into the next biome. I didn't expect to easily beat the prospector, but I guess having played the game, I knew what was happening. So, I thought it was scripted, though. I thought he beat you no matter what. I think that's what the bear was for, and I kind of just took the bear out. Yep, alright. See you guys in the next part.